They told you power is light. They lied. Power is not born in the open. It is born where no one dares to look, in the shadows you bury inside yourself. I am Draven Oblivious, the voice behind the silence. You see me faintly in the corner of this vision, but my presence is heavier than my image. My role is not to explain. It is to reveal the fractures in your nature that you have tried to conceal. The cracks where darkness seeps through. Darkness that Machiavelli understood better than anyone. He saw it centuries ago. Men are not noble. They are not guided by virtue. They are driven by fear, vanity, and hunger. And within every man lives three sides of power: silent, dangerous, inevitable. You do not choose them. They are already inside you. The first side is cunning, the strategist that hides behind smiles and silence. He listens while you speak. He waits while you move. He manipulates not through force, but through inevitability. When you believe you are free, he has already written your choices. This is the Machiavellian side, the architect of advantage. And you know it, because you have tasted it. Every time you withheld truth to protect yourself, every time you calculated before speaking, you are wearing his mask. The second side is vanity, the performer that thrives not on truth, but on reflection. He does not crave love. He craves recognition. He does not want respect. He demands admiration. His crown is heavy, fragile, built from mirrors. When the spotlight fades, his rage consumes him, for invisibility is his death. This is the narcissistic side, the addict of attention. And you know it, because you have craved it. Every time you long to be seen, to be remembered, to be admired. His crown was already on your head. The third side is silence, the predator that conquers without emotion. He does not tremble. He does not flinch. He does not break, while others drown in guilt. He breathes with calm precision. His strength is absence, the void that terrifies because it cannot be read. This is the psychopathic side, the abyss of control. And you know it, because you have envied it. Every time you wished you could feel nothing, every time you cursed your emotions for betraying you, you were already staring into his void. Three sides, three truths, three weapons hidden inside you. And this is what no one dares to admit. You are not outside them. You are them. They breathe through you. They act through you. They define the way you move through the game of power. Forget emotions. Remember victory. The danger is not in carrying these shadows. The danger is in denying them. Because denial is weakness. The more you hide from them, the more they control you. But when you acknowledge them, when you wield them without being devoured, they become weapons no enemy can predict. Erase the noise. Master the game. The question now is not whether you have these sides. You do. The question is whether you will master them, or whether they will master you. So I leave you with this mirror, heavy and sharp. When you look into it, do you see yourself? Or do you see the strategist, the performer, the predator already staring back? The mind forgets, the strong remain. And so I ask you, one final time. Asterisk, they think honesty is strength, but honesty is only strength for those too weak to play the game. I am Draven Oblivious, the voice behind the silence. You see me in the corner of this vision, faint, unshaken, but always there. My words do not guide you to safety. They lead you into the labyrinth where power is born, in calculation, in patience, in silence. And the first side of power hidden inside you is this: cunning. Cunning is not noise. It is not chaos. It is design. The Machiavellian understood that men reveal themselves too quickly, that they speak until their weaknesses spill out, that they demand to be trusted. But the cunning mind listens. He observes. He waits. He builds a map of the other before revealing a single fragment of himself. Picture the strategist at a table. Others speak endlessly, eager to impress, desperate to prove. He nods, smiles faintly, says little. They leave convinced they know him, but the truth is brutal. He knows everything about them, and they know nothing about him. This is not chance. This is architecture. This is how cunning wins. Erase the noise. Master the game. You already know this feeling. Think of the times you withheld truth, not because you were afraid, but because you were calculating. The times you delayed an answer, forcing the other to reveal themselves first. The times you smiled, hiding the blade behind silence. You thought it was instinct. It was not. It was the first dark side moving through you. But understand this. Cunning is not cruelty. It does not strike blindly. It does not waste motion. It moves only when the web is complete. Only when the prey has already trapped itself. That is why the Machiavellian is feared, not because he is violent, but because his attack feels inevitable. Forget emotions. Remember victory. The world teaches you to be authentic, to be open, to share. But authenticity is exposure. Openness is weakness. Sharing is surrender. The cunning mind knows that what is hidden is stronger than what is revealed. The less they see, the more they fear. The less they know, the more they obey. So ask yourself, how many times have you been outplayed by someone who knew more about you than you knew about them? How many times have you walked away from a conversation only to realize hours later that you had revealed too much? That sinking weight in your chest, that was the cost of lacking cunning. The mind forgets, the strong remain. Cunning teaches you this law. Never reveal your hand until the game is already won. Let them underestimate you. Let them believe you are simple, predictable, harmless. Let them talk themselves into ruin. And when they finally realize the truth, that every step they took was into the web you designed, it is too late. And here's the revelation you will not want to hear. Cunning is already inside you. You use it when you must, though you pretend otherwise. The question is not whether it exists within you. The question is whether you master it or waste it docile when you sit in silence, when you let others speak, when you wait in patience while the world reveals itself to you. Remember, that is not weakness. That is power, the first dark side breathing through you. So I leave you with the question only you can answer. Are you the one weaving the web, or are you the one already caught inside it? Now tell me. Asterisks, they will never tell you the truth about themselves. But watch closely. They will always show you the truth they want you to believe. That is the crown of vanity, a throne made not of gold, but of mirrors. I am Draven Oblivious, the voice behind the silence. You glimpse me faintly in the corner, but you feel me much closer. I am not decoration. I am the shadow that follows you, the reminder that the lies you wear as protection are also chains around your throat. And tonight, I reveal the second dark side hidden inside you, vanity. The world believes narcissism is arrogance. They are wrong. It is survival. The narcissist does not chase truth. He chases reflection. He does not live through reality. He lives through perception. Every gesture, every pause, every carefully chosen word, all designed to shine brighter than those around him. And the brighter he shines, the more others orbit him. But brightness is fragile. His glow is not made of substance. It is made of attention. And attention is never permanent. When the eyes turn away, when the whispers fall silent, when admiration fades, rage consumes him. Because for the performer, to be unseen is to die. You think you are not him. You convince yourself you are different. But tell me, when was the last time you felt unseen, ignored, invisible? Did it sting? Did it burn? Did it remind you of the desperate need to be recognized, remembered, validated? That pain is proof. The crown is already upon your head. Forget emotions. Remember victory. The narcissistic side is not weakness. It is weapon. He seduces. He dazzles. He controls not by silence, but by spectacle. People crave to believe in someone greater than themselves, and he gives them the illusion of greatness. They follow him not because of who he is, but because of who he convinces them he is. But his power is a paradox, for the more he shines, the more enslaved he becomes. Every admirer is a chain. Every cheer is a leash. Every reflection he gathers ties him deeper to the prison of perception. He does not own the glow. The crowd does, and the crowd is fickle. Erase the noise. Master the game. Do you see it now? Vanity is control only when wielded with discipline. If you chase it, you are consumed. If you deny it, you are blind. But if you master it, if you learn to perform when useful and vanish when necessary, then the glow becomes a weapon rather than a curse. Think carefully. How many times have you been manipulated by appearance? How many times have you followed someone not for their truth, but for their glow? You envied them, did you not? You wished for their presence, their ability to command a room with a glance. That envy reveals the second dark side inside you. The mind forgets, the strong remain. So I leave you with this. When you look into the mirror tonight, do not ask if you are vain. Ask instead, how much of me is a performance? How much of me is reflection? How much of me is real? Because the answer will tell you whether you own the crown or whether the crown already owns you. And remember, the world does not reward authenticity. It rewards spectacle. The only question is, will you use the illusion as a blade, or will you bleed beneath it? So I ask you now, they do not fear what you reveal. They fear what they cannot read. This is the third dark side, not cunning, not vanity, but silence, the abyss that consumes noise, the stillness that unsettles, the void that rules without lifting a finger. I am Draven Oblivious, the voice behind the silence. You see me faintly in the corner, but you feel me more clearly in the pause between my words. That pause is not emptiness, it is control. It is where the world betrays itself. Silence is not weakness, it is pressure. It forces others to act, to speak, to reveal themselves. Imagine a room. One man fills the air with explanations, justifications, noise. Another man says nothing. He listens, he waits. His stillness grows heavier with each second, and before long, the one who spoke begins to stumble, to doubt, to confess more than he intended. Who held power in that room? The one shouting, or the one unreadable? Erase the noise, master the game. You see, the third dark side is terrifying because it does not move at your pace. It moves at its own. While you rush, silence watches. While you bleed through words, silence sharpens. It does not need to force a mistake. It waits until you create one yourself, and you have felt it, haven't you? That unease when someone refuses to answer, when their eyes give you nothing, when their stillness makes you wonder what they are hiding. Your mind begins to invent answers, to imagine threats. Their silence becomes louder than any words could be. That is the abyss staring back at you. Forget emotions. Remember victory. The silent one does not waste energy proving himself. He does not defend, justify, or explain. He lets you do it. He lets you drown in your own noise while he remains unreadable. And when the silence becomes unbearable, you speak just to escape it, handing him the very weapon he needed. But here lies the truth. You envy him. How many times have you wished you could stop feeling, stop speaking, stop exposing yourself? How many times have you wished to shut down your guilt, your empathy, your fear, to remain calm and untouchable? That wish reveals the third dark side already inside you. The mind forgets, the strong remain. Understand this. Silence is not absence. It is presence. A presence so heavy it bends others beneath it. The psychopathic void is not empty. It is sharp, controlled, unreadable. And that is why it is feared. Because what cannot be read cannot be stopped. So I ask you now, when was the last time you betrayed yourself by speaking too much? By confessing what should have remained hidden? By arming your enemy with your own words? You remember it. The sting of exposure. The weight of regret. The predator never makes that mistake. And neither should you. Silence is power because it cannot be taken from you. It is the only weapon that grows sharper the less you use it. And in a world addicted to exposure, the one who holds silence rolls Dasso tonight. When you face yourself in the mirror, do not ask what you should say. Ask instead, what should I never reveal? Because once spoken, it is gone. But what you withhold, that remains yours forever. And now, I leave you with this final question. When they look at you, do they see truth? Or do they see the silence that terrifies them? Asterisk, they told you these sides live separately. But shadows do not divide. They overlap, they merge, and when they do, the result is something far more dangerous. I am Draven Oblivious, the voice behind the silence. You see me faintly in the corner, yet you feel me closer, moving inside the pauses between your thoughts. My voice is not here to describe. It is here to infect, to remind you that the three sides you've met are not distant masks. They are fragments of one greater presence that already breathes within you. Cunning without vanity is cold calculation, sharp but invisible. Vanity without cunning is fragile, addicted to admiration, but powerless when the applause fades. Silence without both is emptiness, unreadable, but purposeless. Alone, each dark side has limits, but together, they form the true architecture of power. The strategist manipulates the board. The performer captures the eyes. The predator controls the silence. When these three converge, you no longer need to chase power. Power bends to you. You write the game with calculation, distract them with glow, and finish them with silence. They will never know which face destroyed them, because all they will see is inevitability. Think carefully. Haven't you already done this in fragments? You calculated before acting. You performed when eyes were watching. You withheld when silence served you. Alone, they felt like survival. But combined, they become domination. Forget emotions. Remember victory. This is the law. Power is not in choosing one mask. Power is in wearing all three, without revealing which one controls you. To be cunning when they expect performance. To perform when they expect silence. To be silent when they expect noise. Unpredictable, untouchable, unstoppable. Erase the noise, master the game. So I leave you with this. When you look into the mirror tonight, do you see three faces fighting for control? Or do you see one shadow forming, the shadow of someone who no longer wears the masks, but masters them? The mind forgets, the strong remain. So now I ask you, asterisk, they told you to choose who you are, but choice is an illusion. You are not one face. You are all of them. I am Draven Oblivious, the voice behind the silence. My image lingers in the corner, but my presence is far heavier. I have guided you through the shadows, and now I place the last truth in your hands. The three dark sides, cunning, vanity, and silence, were never separate. They were fragments of you. Cunning taught you to calculate. Vanity taught you to shine. Silence taught you to terrify. But the true secret is not in knowing them individually. It is in wielding them together, without being enslaved by any. This is the face of the unseen ruler, the one who bends outcomes not by force, but by unreadability. Forget emotions. Remember victory. The weak expose themselves. They speak too much. They crave too much. They feel too much. But the ruler of the game learns when to calculate, when to perform, when to vanish into silence. He does not reveal his mask. He becomes the mask. And because no one can read him, no one can rule him. Erase the noise. Master the game. So I leave you with this final question, not to comfort, but to disturb. When you look into the mirror tonight, will you see your reflection, or the shadow of the strategist, the performer, the predator, fused into one? The mind forgets, the strong remain. And now, tell me, shall I guide you into the next labyrinth, or have I already revealed too much?